called neuromuscular facilitation, which just means your brain and your bodies are going to work better together. The more coordinated you guys are, the stronger and the faster you're going to be. But it's not always going to be comfortable. So what's the saying? You guys have it here? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. We're going to get a little uncomfortable in the warm-up too, so just be prepared for it. So the first thing we're going to do is a power squat. So we're going to have feet shoulder length apart. You guys know this. You're veterans here already. Hands are behind the head. You're going to pull your shoulder blades back. It'll be on my count. We're going to be going up and down 10 times. On the 10th rep, here's what I want you to do. On the 10th rep, you're going to drop down. Your arms are going to be at 90 degrees. So if I ask you what degree your arms are going to be at going forward, what are they going to be? 90 degrees. It's a very important number in sprinting. 90 degrees is really important. Once you're down holding that position, you are not going to come up for 45 seconds. So once you're down, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. If you were here last night, you're going to love this. You're going to hold just like that for 45 seconds. Ready? Hands up and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Arms at 90, hands are open. Look at your feet, make sure they're pointing forward. Pointing forward, strong back position. This is important now. The body angle for sprinting when you accelerate will be at 45 degrees. You guys are essentially right now in a perfect position already to sprint. How about that? Already, we're starting to put in your brains a little bit more about what you're supposed to do to sprint. Keep holding and breathing. Breathe. Good. Good. 5 seconds. When I say up, you guys are going to give me 2 claps together. Ready? Up! Excellent. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. So think about this. Remember, sprinting is not about being Olympic sprinters. Don't think of Usain Bolt if we're talking about speed. That's a whole different world, a whole different stratosphere. So that's somebody who runs the 100 meters and takes 40 steps in the 100 meters. So don't worry about that. You guys are learning to be more explosive and faster here and then outside of here. If you run, you get faster. If you sprint, you will find that your distance running or your adventure racing will be faster. If you sprint, your lifts will get stronger. It's just a fact. Now, everybody just show me a jumping jack. Show me a jumping jack. Go ahead. Okay, good. Stop. We will never do jumping jacks like that again. Jumping jacks are designed for power. So it starts where? At the bottom of your foot. Off the front half of your foot, you are generating power. So when you do a jumping jack, it's not this. Now you're using power. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want your hands to strike your legs. Here's why. Now you're stimulating your neurosystem. You're being explosive. You are setting the pattern up now to be stronger here, to be stronger out there, to be stronger everywhere. Hey, listen, in your daily household lives, you're going to be stronger. Little things that you would think to yourself, oh, I hurt my back. It's not going to happen now. What just happened? Amir's gone. All right. Amir, you can feed that. So fast. So, feet together, hands together, good power up. You hear those arms striking the legs each time. Let's go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Outstanding. Outstanding. So, I give you guys an example. I go to the pen relays every single year. I used to race in the pen relays. Now I go to watch. The Olympians, this is how they warm up. This is exactly how the Olympians warm up. This is what they do. You watch them and you're like, wow, that's a TFW warm-up. It's pretty impressive. So you guys are doing the same things. This is the cool thing. You're doing the same things that all of our pro football players do, all of our mixed martial arts fighters do, all of our Olympic sprinters do. You're doing that stuff. Why? Because it works. Makes you faster. So now, this is one of my favorites. These are seal jacks. Hands are going to be together, arms are going to stay up at the shoulder level. Here's why. Sprinting involves a lot of arm drive from the shoulder. So what we're going to do is open up that shoulder. You're going to go off the front half of the foot. Arms go out. snap back in. Each time those hands strike. I want people outside hearing that noise. All right, ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Now, we're in a small space. Be aware of your surroundings so nobody's slamming into a wall or Mike's slamming into the heavy bag over there. You guys have to think about that. Now, we're going to do what's called a fling. Now, a fling you have to think about from this perspective because now what's happening is you notice what's starting to have a little bit more complex motions as we go. The reason why is we're trying.
We call it split jack here, so.
Okay, split jack. So a fling for us would be a split jack. Okay. So I'm going to call it split jacks. Yeah, okay. So here's what I want you thinking about. This is one of the toughest ones, and this is one of the toughest ones for adults and young kids. Kids that are teenagers usually pick this up really quickly. Young kids, although he's going to school all of us. I think what happens is we get a little frustrated with movements. If I have to slow a movement down to make it faster, that's what I'm going to do. So you guys have to think along those lines. Remember, we're talking about sprinting, right? What's your image of sprinting? Someone running fast? Speed. But it all starts from this. If I do not understand the technique, I can't be fast. All I'll get is frustrated. So what I want you to think about is when you do this and you don't feel that you get it down right away, do not get frustrated. You guys are athletes, so I'm going to use that term. You're all athletes. If you can move, you're an athlete. It's just a fact. The idea is that if you don't understand it, don't get flustered. Because not everybody's at the same level. I have pro football players. It's the funniest thing. When we coach them, they have a tough time with this one. Their brains are firing so fast, they refuse to slow down. So we're going to be here. Arms are out. You're going to be crossing, left arm and left leg, right arm and right leg. I am not so concerned about which one you do first. It's just me counting to 10 on here, so when you do this, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 10. On this one, when I say 10, you're all going to drop down with your arms at what degree? 90 degrees. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop. Hold. Look at your feet. Make sure they're pointing forward.
90, guys. 90.
I want you to start to think.
It's okay.
Your weight is shifted to the front half of your foot, not the toe. That's a common mistake. Toes don't generate force unless you're a ballerina. You guys are thinking now, you are strength and power and speed athletes. Shifting weight to the front half of the foot. When I say up, everybody's giving me 2 claps, but real good claps. Ready, up! Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, if my arms are here and I simply go like this, I don't generate much force. But I put my arms into play, I generate tremendous forces. Arms dictate legs. So sprinting-wise, this is where it starts. See how it's starting to come together as to what part of our body starts to work the other part of the body. So arms are going to be up. Hands are open. If they are like this, I can't do anything with this unless I intend to punch somebody, which we're not going to do here yet. Hands are open. You're going to drive up the front half of the foot. You're going to do 20 reps on your own. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the 20th rep, drop down, arms at 9 degrees. Ready, go. Light, 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 light.
Explosive on the arm.
Good, drop down, drop down. There's a man. Stay there. Don't come up. We're going to do now something called wide outs. Arms are going to stay at 90. When I start counting, you guys start moving your legs and feet. The faster I count, the faster you go. You might not get to 10. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. Sink down. Arms at what? 9 degrees. Strong back. Strong back. Don't come up until I say up. Then it's what? 2 claps.
Loud.
Ready? Up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. How are we feeling so far? A little fired up right now? My legs are too. So I want you to think, it's progressive. What we're trying to accomplish is to get your bodies ready to be explosive. Let me show you guys this. This does not make you sprint faster. There is absolutely no correlation between static stretching and injury prevention. You don't sprint or run like this, or like this. We're using muscles now, we're stimulating movements now that are more conducive to what you do if you run, sprint, climb, lift, everything. So I want you to think about that. Movement's the key. Remember when you were little kids? You didn't stretch on the playground, you just went out and ran. You climbed, you jumped, you landed. That's the way our bodies are designed to move. The way we are built is to move fast. I say this all the time. We're designed to hunt things and run away from things and climb away from things that wanted to eat us all the time. That's why we are so strong and we're fast in short bursts. We're designed to move this way. And that's what we're going to be working on. Now, we still have to go through stretching motions. Do you guys call it a gate swing?
Gate swing, yeah. Oh, we like this.
Okay, good. Okay, so now we have to stretch. I want you to be very careful with this one. Because when I was stretching a very, very weak area of the body, that adductor and groin area, we focus a lot on really powerful big lifts, and we don't focus enough on getting those muscles into a range of motion that's necessary. We call them gate swings. So the hands are going to be here. Feet are going to be together, and I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. This will be the only time I'm going to have you turn your feet out when we do something today. It's going to look like this. 1, I sink my hips down. Notice my back is real strong. It doesn't fold over because then my center of gravity is where? In front of me. Then I come back up. 2, 3, all the way down. On the 10th rep, we drop back down with our arms at 9 degrees. I'm going to keep talking to you guys about that. All right? Feet together, hands together. Ready, go. 1, turn the toes out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Square it up. Look at your feet. Make sure they're pointing forward. Strong back. Sink those hips. Strong back.
Go, Jacob. Chest up, buddy.
Good. Good.
Wait,
good.
Because you're 9, I won't call you
good.
out.
When I say up, 2 claps. Ready, up. Excellent. So, how are you feeling so far? Pretty good. Pretty good. So I want you to think about this. Remember, it's progressive. It's progressive. Let me ask a question. Who does either adventure racing or distance running here? If you do all that. If you do that. Yes. Here's the bottom line. Whenever I hear this from people who are, quote, distance runners, they say, well, I'm not a sprinter. Well, everyone's a sprinter. Here's what it is. In order for me to be effective as a distance runner, at some points I'm going to have to speed up. All distance runners are sprinters. All. So if you do adventure racing, 5Ks, marathons, everything, at some point, you're going to have to use the techniques that we're going to talk about today to make you faster. It doesn't matter if you're an athlete in any sport, you're a sprinter. So you guys have to start to embrace that thought process. Yeah, I am a sprinter. So now, we're going to get into some of the muscle activation exercises that we need to use. So we are going to go on the ground, but before you do, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to do a bridging motion. Now, everything that we do going forward today is purpose-driven. There is no motions that are wasted, no energy wasted. So when you hear people say bridging, a lot of times what they'll do is simply get on the ground and just drive their hips up and down, that's it. With no purpose, no drive for it. We are now going to stimulate the glute, the hamstring complexes. So when you guys get down, you're going to be down. I think as long as I don't cramp up now. You're here. Feet are going to be planted. Arms are going to go across the chest. When I say 1, you are all going to come up and you are going to contract hamstrings, glutes, and not come down until I say down. When I say down, you come down, but you do not let your butt hit the ground. We're going to do 10 reps. All right? Everybody down, arms across the chest, knees are bent. Hopefully no one cramps up. Arms are here, feet are down. Ready. 1, contract, down. 2, down. 3, down. 4, down. 5, down. 6, down. 7, down. 8, down. 9, down. 10, and down. Everybody feel that? So if you did not feel it, that means you are not activating the hamstring complex and the glutes. Very important. When we sprint, the primary movers, once you get to top speed, are going to be coming from the muscles you cannot see in the mirror. So we're real aesthetic creatures. We like to see things. The problem is the most powerful muscles you need to sprint or lift are actually behind you. The ones in the back. You never have somebody say, oh man, your hamstrings look great. You know, you never say that, although some people will say, oh, you love this really good. But here's what it is. You guys have to work more on those posterior chain motions. Here's what's great about training for warriors. It's built for that. It's built to do that. It's built for you to work on the muscles that you would normally not use. But when you run and you are active, you need them. When you see somebody sprint, when do they tear their hamstring? About 40 yards in? Because they don't understand how to activate those muscles. You guys are going to learn today to activate those muscles.
When he says it's built around speed, like Martin was a sprinter. He was on bobsled. He had to sprint. So this system is revolved around speed. Like you keep saying it. And we've told you, you've heard that, Martin. This is speed. That's it. Love it too.
Now we're going to go to the tougher motion, a single leg motion now. So now you're going to have one leg up. Now you notice something, my toe is up. This toe is never pointed down. That toe is up. Pull the toe up towards your shin. And you're going to drive with the opposite leg straight up. This time you do not have to hold at the top range. We're going to do 10 reps. This leg should be approximately at 90 degrees. This leg should be approximately at 90 degrees. Flex the toe here. Good. Drop the body all the way back down. We're going to push up off that leg. Ready. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If the head is up, think about the tension you're creating in your neck and your shoulders. If the head is up, remember when I sprint like this, with my head forward, that tension right there, so we're setting the tone now. Keep the head down. Opposite leg up. Ready. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So head stays down. 8, 9, and 10. So that's a tough one. That's a tough concept to get it first. All right? Now, everybody's arms are out, palms are down. Legs are straight. Legs are straight. Toes are flexed towards you. We are all going to drive.
No, I look like I should.
That should work. As long as you don't get hurt in the head. We're all going to drive our right leg up. I want everybody to pick their right leg up, straight up in the air. Toe stays up the entire time, and knee stays relatively straight. That's the motion we're going to do. Now, bring that right leg back down again. We're going to do 10 reps of that. Straight up and down. I do not want the heel to smash into the ground. 10 reps. So your heel's going to just about get to the bottom range of motion and come right back up on my count. Toes are always what? Flex towards you. Toes are up. Toe up, speed up, toe down, slow down. Ready. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Outstanding. Left leg. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Everybody sit up, gripping their knees. Now, remember what I had just said. Toe up means speed up. Toe down means slow down. When you see sprinters going, their front half of the foot hits the ground. These shoes are perfect to demonstrate, and they also bare feet as well. Your toe is actually up. So the toe is actually up, it's not striking it. My toe strikes, look where my foot ends up going. Where's my body go? Backwards. So that's called a braking motion. And that's when hamstrings get injured. That's when we have to be thinking about that. Now, one of my favorite exercises for the end of the warm-up before we start moving. I know you guys excited when we're moving. So we're going to be here like this. I'm going to be here. You know this stretch, the hurdler stretch. But now we're going to make it active. You're going to grip with your toes up. You're going to roll back and you're going to explode out. Then you're going to roll back and explode out. Then you're going to roll back, go down the center emphatically, hitting the turf or the rubber matting. Notice the toes are up every time. My leg doesn't flare out, so I don't go like this and then sink like that. I'm going to reach with both hands each time. And listen, you go as far as you possibly can, right? You do not have to touch your toes. You're going to hear this term a lot. No one ever died from a tight hamstring. There are very, very fast people that can't touch their toes. They are real hypermobile through their joints. So I want you to think about that. It's coming from here more than anything else. So if you can't touch your toes, don't worry about it. Don't spend hours trying to touch your toes. Work on technique more than anything else. Okay, so be aware of your surroundings so nobody hits anybody or hits their head against the wall and gets a concussion here. All right, 5 rounds on your own. Left, right, center, or right, left, center. Go. Explode out. Explode out.
Hands.
Both hands reaching.
Toes flexed. Don't be lazy on the toes, guys. Both hands. Slow your motion down.
I'm looking at it every time I go loose.
Nice. Reach through the turf or reach through the rubber matting on the double legs. Watch your head.
Watch your head more.
And try not to sit on your own foot. When you finish 5, stand on up.
You're doing the Gracie get-up.
Who's having fun already? First round draft picks that have gone through the system. I have trained about 18 guys getting ready for the combine. And one of the first drills that they have to do every night in their hotel room is arm drive drill in the mirror. They have to watch what their arms are doing so they can critique what their arms look like. Arm drive has to go from, I'll say this, from shoulder socket to hip pocket when I sprint. Your shoulder socket is here. Your hip pocket is here. The one on your jeans in the back, not the side. That's what people think. They think hip pocket is here. It's actually back here. Arm drive, when we are at full speed, will be here. Arm drive will be here, just like this. But you guys aren't going to jump right into that. Why? Because it's neurologic. It takes time for your brain to process those motions. So we're going to start with a 3-gear arm drive drill. You're literally going to be like the 3 gears in a car. It's going to start with arms at 90 degrees. Hands are open or closed? Open. Like I said, unless you intend to punch somebody in the face, you do not want your fist like this. Hands are open for relaxation. Shoulders are relaxed. I want everybody to take a deep breath and exhale. Drop your shoulders. Relax. We're going to do first gear. First gear, you're going to look like a robot. Like this. Here. Just like this. Then second gear, we start to open up second gear. Open it up. Open it up. Open it up. Then third gear. Drop, 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 drop. Hold. If your hand comes way up above your shoulder line, this is what will happen to your power. It will stop right here. Every time. So when I'm doing this drill, I want to get to the point where I'm here. 90 degrees is really important because the moment I would stop, my arms would be back at 90. 90 degrees affords me the best possible position to be in to accelerate. So let's see how this thing's going to be progressive today. We're going to work on this drill and we're going to get then into a more progressive speed drill. So, arms are where? 90 degrees. Stay relaxed. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Let the shoulders drop. Now we pass out. All right, ready? Show me first gear. Like a robot. Show me second gear. Start to open it up. Good. Third gear. Drop. 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 And hold. Now, is the motion coming from the shoulder or coming from the elbow joint? Think about it. From the shoulder. Watch what happens. If I start to do this, and this is what a lot of people do, that's coming from the elbow joint. Everything's from the shoulder. So, for my adventure racers, my long distance runners, at some point, if you're going to surge in a race, you're going to become a sprinter. Your arm drive is no longer going to go across here. Look how inefficient that is in movement. If I run like this, where's my body going? Side to side. It is just like skating. Unless I am skating, I'm not going to use that motion. Arm drive, when I sprint, has got to go from shoulder socket to hip pocket. What do you notice about your body when you guys are in third gear? What did your body want to do? To go forward. It has to. It wants to push forward. It wants to push forward in acceleration. It has to. Now, let's make that a little more interesting. Everybody sit down on their butts with their feet straight out. Feet are straight out. Toes are what? Flex towards you. When I can get all the terminology, all you need to know is the toe is up. sit real tall. We're going to do the same exact drill. First gear, second gear, third gear. By the time we hit third gear, your butts are actually going to be moving up and down off of the ground if you're applying force. Arms cannot come from here. They are coming from here. Think of it like this. Your elbow is driving back aggressively and explosively. Rob pointed out to me what he kept saying to me last night when I was deadlifting. Explode. The shoulders explode. Every time, that's all I heard. Over and over and over again. He was getting me neurologically more accustomed to the way I should be lifting weights. And that's what I want you to think about, is that everything's based on technique and speed. No, I don't care what level you're at. That's what it's about. Technique and speed. So whenever I say this, you're going to sit real tall, shoulders back, chest out. Great posture is very helpful with this. Everyone show me first gear. Show me first gear, like a robot. Good arm drive, arm drive, arm drive, arm drive, arm drive, arm drive. Second gear, show me second gear. Shoulders back, chest out. Second gear, third gear. Drive, 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 drive. And relax. Not quite as easy, right? I would say my turf is like razor turf. If you fall on that, you'll strip all your skin off of my turf. Yeah. Rob, do that again. I want you to show me. Watch what Rob does here. First gear. Second gear. Third gear. What do you notice? He's moving. He's generating a tremendous amount of force. So I want you to think, sprinting, lifting, it's all about force production. Where's the force production coming from? Your legs? On this? From your arms. And in reality, when we're lifting, we say to drive the hip through. That's where the power is coming from. Not so much your legs. Your legs are more for the ride. Same thing when you sprint. If your arm drive is clean, your leg drive will be clean. Okay. Yep. So here's a great way to check it. So watch with Sean. So Sean's going to stand with his arms at 9 degrees. I'm going to push him a little bit in his back. He's going to step forward. He's going to stay in that position. Okay, so he didn't think about that, I hope not. All right, what leg did he step out with? His left, which primarily for him, although it's interesting when someone steps out with their left. What leg is he really dominant off of? His right leg. Now, the interesting thing is 95% of the population is dominant off their left leg. If you believe in this, which I do, however we were wired in our evolutionary process, we are dominant off our left leg. There is 5% or so, might be more, 5% or so of the population that can do both. So they're a little bit more advanced, you're a little bit more advanced human. So that's good. I am truly dominant off my left. So when he pushes me, I'm going to step out here. I am truly dominant from this position here. Left leg is going to dominate my motions. We are going to do that right now. We're going to push everybody. You're going to step forward. Don't think about it. Just step forward. Let's push everybody. Push everybody.
No. Come on. We're going to come back. Push it real good.
Boom.
Think about it. Don't think about it.
Here, think about it.
Drive forward.
I'm dominating with my left. I'm front to left.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if your right foot is out, I want everybody to take a step back and have their left leg in front of them. If your left leg went out, it's a choice. It's a choice. You decide which leg you feel more dominant off of. You might have that because also you play lacrosse.
I'm the same way.
So, here's what I want everybody to do. With your left or right leg forward, I want you to take your opposite knee and put it down on the ground, right through the center of your opposite foot. So my right knee will be right in the center of my left arch. So drop that down.
Bring that knee up.
Yep.
Linda, bring that knee. Okay, sit up.
You want that knee right there.
No, right here. I'm sorry.
Bring that knee up there.
Now, what I want you to do. Good. So you want your foot, so you want this first. That foot flexed as well towards you. It's not, yeah, that's what I said. It's not easy. Now, what everyone is going to do is this. And you're in this position here. I want everyone to come up. You're on the front half of both feet. It is going to be grossly uncomfortable to be in this position. Why? Because we're really not going to be in it for very long actively. So we're here, and I want you to take your hands, and if your left leg is forward, your right arm goes forward, and your left arm goes back. Arm drive is now what? Shoulder socket to hip pocket. Good. Good. Now, I'm going to say step. You are not going to do anything other than just take a step forward. If I'm here, I step forward into this position. Back leg will extend. My center of gravity and my body angle will be at 45 degrees. Ready, step, ho. Where's your vision? Your vision should be 2 to 3 yards in front of you, not straight ahead. Good. Step back, reset, reset, reset. Wait, so before I do anything else, I reset my stance. So I want my knee every single time. My knee is going to be lined up with the center of my opposite foot. That maximizes my ability to accelerate based on the mechanics of my body. I know this is a lot of stuff, gang. So I want you to think about this. I might be throwing a lot of stuff at you, a lot of info. You will pick up certain things, but the only way that you'll get better with this is to be consistent with your mechanics. You practice this within 30 days, you'll never have to check where your position is. It will just be there. It's forming habits. It takes 28 days. Literally, if you practice it every day. Everybody's up. Reset your stance. So switch. Think about which arm's good. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Ready, step, hold. Vision 2 to 3 yards in front. Step back, do it again. Reset, check again. Now again, go back to this. What is dictating this? Your legs or your arms?
Arms.
Your arms are dictating. So the moment you think about the power that you can generate, if I'm here, bang! I drive that forward and my body's ready to accelerate. And cramping my hamstrings.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's up. Ready, step, hold. Arms.
Eric, keep them there for a few seconds.
Yes, yes. There you go. Yes. Of course. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good. And relax. 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 So think about this. The more you practice this, and here's what it is. We're literally trying to throw together all these different drills for you guys over the course of about an hour and 20 minutes or so that athletes work on every single day, sometimes twice a day at the highest levels. You're learning little things that if your body's in the right position, you're going to keep hearing me say this, position always dictates my function. So if you thought about this, what's the first drill that we did today? First drill, first exercise we did in the warm-up. The squat. If we take the squat, we drop and we go to 90 degrees, my back's at 45, I am already set. If I do this correctly, whether I have a barbell on my back or just my body weight, I am prepped to go into acceleration already. It just takes time. And once you get that, you'll understand exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, now, here's what I want to do. Now that we know that, I want to get into some movement skills, and we're going to do this all on the turf. So we're going to have groups of people on the turf following one another. Everybody come on. Now watch how his arms now will dictate his function. He's going to go approximately, you guys have that marked off as how far?
5 yards. No, 3.5 yards.
So here's where he's going to go. You're going to go to this line here, and I want you to decel in that position with your lead leg.
Just quick steps?
Quick steps. Ready, go! Quick, 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 relax face, quick, quick, hold, and up. Excellent. So he decelerates in the position that you guys started in. Why are we doing it like that? Why do we practice every time when we do it with Rob last night in the mirror last night? If it wasn't clean, boy, did they let me know it. And you did that to me a couple times too. And in that, yeah, you did. When I was up there for that one. I did. Yeah, you did. So you have to think about this. Everything's got to be clean. The one thing I would say for Sean, is not letting his feet pound into the ground. So when I do this motion, it's going to be clean. I stand tall. It's quick. Very relaxed, very little ground contact. As fast as I can get up off the ground. Now, you're not going to all get it today. Don't worry about that. We are only going to go, this group, we are only going to go to here. When you finish, this is what you're going to have to think about. When you get to here, you know which leg your power leg is. When you get there, you're going to stop with your power leg forward, and your arms are already set to then accelerate forward. So let's go in groups of 3. Once one group gets to this line, the next group's going to start. So groups of 3, right up on the line.
I'm glad that's the hardest thing for me.
I need one more person.
Yeah!
All right,
Wait, hold on.
where do their arms start? At 90, and then they bring their hands down.
3, 2, 1.
Ready? Oh my gosh. I love it! And go, quick, light. Next group right in, When they hit that line, the next group goes.
There you go.
Good. Go ahead, quick. Wow, very good. Quick. Go, quick.
Hold it.
Quick.
And
Which
up.
arms?
We got a double clap.
Good. Go.
Hold
Quick.
it. And up.
Quick.
The double
Good.
clap.
Good.
And up.
We're going twice.
She got a double clap.
And up.
Double clap, guys.
How's your quick clap?
Double clap.
And up. There we
Everyone's
go.
going twice, then we're going to talk about it.
And up.
Quick. Good.
And up. Make sure your opposite arm, opposite leg on the sweaty side. And up.
I'm just going to sleep. Yeah, this is for you.
We're trying to make it safe.
Yep.
And up.
Don't mind. Look at that. Look at that heart rate. Look at that shield. Look at that shield on his calf.
And up.
Okay.
There we go.
Now, for you guys, kind of self-cueing and everything like that, here's the instinct. Immediately, first of all, here's what athletes hear. And it doesn't matter if they are 7 years old, it doesn't matter if they're adults, it doesn't matter if they're pros. They'll hear you say things.
Sorry.
Wow. They'll hear you say things and you'll go, we're going to put our feet in this position, our arms are going to be in this position, and you're going to go fast feet or you're going to sprint. What do you think they hear? They only hear sprint. They hear nothing else. So they hear that and then technique is gone. All they think about is the fact, coach just told me I got to move fast, so I better move fast. You can't worry about it. What you're worried about is technique. So immediately, I'm just going to show you guys, right away, when we have our bodies in this position, and I'm upright, and I'm here, and I say go, everyone drops down like this. Bless you. Because they think that's what is going to be effective to be fast. And then immediately, their feet flare out like this. So they're tense. Bodies are really tense. You want to be relaxed. We're trying to get you guys to understand that when you're in the weight room here, that it's still about relaxation. I was very blessed. I got to sit down with Tom Tellez. I don't know if you're in your late 30s, 40s, or 50s, you probably know. Tom Tellez was the coach for Carl Lewis and the Santa Monica Track Club, the greatest track club in the history of the world. And I got to sit down with him, and I thought, this guy's going to tell me all about sprinting. This guy's probably like 25 years old. He's going to tell me everything, all this technique, everything like that. And I said, so what is the main thing that you're teaching your athletes? And he just looks at me and he goes, Eric, you just got to relax and let your speed come out. And then you got to walk away. That's all he told me. So I've learned over the years that's what it was. If you relax, your speed will come out. If you relax, you'll have more strength. That doesn't mean that you're not tensing up through motions, like when you're lifting, but you're still relaxed, because then it's less work. So what I want all of you to think about is if I'm here, it's here, shoulders back, chest is out, my body's up, and it's here, it's quick. See the difference between this and this? And when I get to the line, I still have to think, it can't be this. It has to be opposite arm, opposite leg. Because I don't walk like this. I don't run like this, although I've seen kids that do it. So it's just a matter of how... So here's what it is. In order for you guys to get good at this, it's practice. And if you practice it, because it's neuromuscular, after a while it becomes second nature, it never goes away. It literally is like riding a bike. So does everyone know how to ride a bike? If I took the bike away for 3 months, gave it back, would you be able to do it? Yeah, that's a serious part of muscle memory. Muscle memory is what we just talked about. It's neuromuscular facilitation. You guys, your brains never forget. We're remarkable, remarkable engines and machines. Once we learn something, it doesn't go away. It might be a little rusty, but we get it. Okay, now, more advanced drill. This is the classic one that is always, and you can attest to this, you know this, you know this. This is the one that's commonly misconstrued by coaches. I still don't understand why coaches still teach what's called the high knee. So you heard of the high knee? What do you see athletes do? They lean back and they keep their legs up as high as they can go. I literally can't pick my leg up that high. Thank you, thank you. So, I want you to think about this. It's leg drive, more than anything else. It's not high knees. Your leg is going to go up as high as your arms will dictate and how well and how mobile you are in your hips. So, hips, thoracic spine is going to dictate this. But now the arm drive generates power. So now your arms are at what degree? 90 degrees. I'm going to stand tall. My vision is still going to be 2 to 3 yards in front. And I'm going to drive with my legs. My arms will dictate that. If my leg comes up higher than my hips, I'm going backwards. That's the word. And let me tell you, if you play any sport that involves any contact, and you're leaning backwards, you're a goner. If you're involved in anything that requires balance, and you lean backwards, you're in trouble. You can't lean too far forward, you can't lean too far back. So I want you thinking about this. It's the same amount of footfalls and foot strikes as the quick step drill. What you're doing is, though, you're increasing what? What just changed for me? My what? My arm drive. The engine of your body is going to dictate what the ignition of your body is going to dictate what your engine is going to do. You can't do this and generate power. Use your arm drive. We're going back in with our groups. We're going knee drive, same distance. How's everybody feeling?
Great.
Great or a little overwhelmed mentally right now? Good, I like that. It's a lot of info.
You be very cautious.
Yeah.
Right.
I would say be very careful.
Go.
Go! Stay relaxed, toes up, relax the faces. When they hit that line, that's where it goes. God, I love this stuff.
And up.
Good, good, go! Yes!
Up.
Elbow drive, elbow drive. Ready, go!
And up.
Stay tall, good, good, good.
And
Go!
up.
Opposite arm, opposite leg relationship. Go! Twice, we're going twice.
Sorry, coming back on. Make sure you remember.
Go! Lift, lift, light touch, light touch.
Good, dude. And up. Yes.
Well, that's dope. Yeah.
And up.
Busted, Jamarcy. Busted.
And up.
Again.
Yeah! See that?
And
Those
up.
arms, opposite arm, opposite leg. It's not easy. Those twice, I'll question go twice.
And up. Focus on. Just use your legs too.
I want you all to think about this. You do not have to always stop in that position. You guys can stop in a more athletic position based on the fact that most of the things that you do here are going to be based on this and this. That you can stop here. You don't have to go here. The reason I'm doing that, though, is I want you guys to understand we're talking about acceleration. Because we're going to be getting into some acceleration stuff here. So that when you stop in this position, if this arm is forward, can I be efficient? If my left leg is forward. So if I see that, this is when I have to be conscious about what I'm doing. That if I stop here, boom, I can get right to here. And here's what I always tell everybody. It doesn't matter what level it's at. If someone ever says to me, I've had athletes say this, advanced athletes say, do I have to stop like that every time? Yes, you do. Why? Number one, here's the number one reason why. If I'm stable, I'm less likely to get injured. Less likely to get injured. There is nothing, no way that you can say I can prevent injury. You can't prevent injury. You can lessen the likelihood. What we're doing here in TFW is lessening the likelihood of you getting hurt. That's just the bottom line. So if my body's in the right spot, it's less likely to get injured. See these shoes right here? I love them. They got in a lot of trouble by them. They got sued because in their material, their marketing material, they said, our shoes prevent injury. You can't say that because you can't prevent injury. You can lessen the likelihood. Everything that you do. So if you're stopping improperly, I'm not balanced here. I stand a chance of falling. So I'm going to stabilize every single time. And if I'm here, I'm immediately switching, which means you guys have to be conscious of it. It's the same thing. Rob, you said last night, I had to be conscious of what you guys were teaching. Because I could have hurt myself last night.
We always preach, like if you're not breathing the right way, and you don't go through the same motions every time. When you step to the bar, squat, bench, overhead press, deadlift, it's not the same. You're going, your effort, that lift that day may not be as good. But if every day it's a constant thing, like he's telling, the basic technique, standing to the bar, in the sprint position, basics always win. You've heard us say it over and over again. We can't preach it enough. Basics win championships.
It's true. It's true.
I sent an email out about Vince Lombardi, the power sweep.
Yeah.
The most basic play, right? Lost the ball, run how many times you do that in practice, and they won how many championships? 5?
It's true. And I always say this, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but I grew up during the great Steelers teams, and Chuck Nolan used to say all the time, he was the coach of these, 11 Hall of Famers, and basically he told these guys, he said, look, champions don't do everything great, they do the ordinary things better than everybody else. Little things, tiny things, do it right, put your hand here, why? Do it this way, it's going to make you more explosive going to your left. Put your hand down this way, it's going to make you more explosive to the right. You didn't do it right, your finger was too close to your other finger, do it this way. You can see that practice one drill and it will change the way that you squat, it will change the way that you deadlift, it will change the way that you accelerate out of the sprint. Let's be honest, we're not all out running 100-meter and 200-meter sprints. Top speed mechanics today don't matter so much to me. How well you guys accelerate is more important. So this drill can be done against the wall. If you don't practice this drill on your own, it doesn't get better. As Rob and Amir said to you guys over and over again, there it is, it's right there looking at us, rule of 164. Do you guys know, do they drill into you what that is? I mean, you have to think about this, that if you're only here 4 days a week, that's 4 hours of time that you spent here. You have to be working on things on your own. If you don't get better. It's just a fact. If you don't get better. This is a particular drill that can help you with that. But you got to practice the motion. Before you even do the motion, you have to set up what the body is supposed to look like. So, Sean is going to go here. The first thing I want him to do is he's going to first, before he even does that, it's been a while. Fingertip on the wall. Drop the hands. Take a quarter step back. Go out, but take your hands off them. Now, drop in and push your hips forward. Watch where his body is. His hips are actually forward and up. When I sprint, no matter what, my hips are forward and up. Never cave back down like this. I can't sprint properly when I do that. His head, he's looking directly through his hands right here. That would be approximately about 2 to 3 yards in front of him. He's going to feel tension from his Achilles tendon up to his calf, his hamstring, his glute, and his lower back. So his body is at approximately, bless you, what angle? 45 degrees approximately. Then he's going to step away from that. He's going to get out of that rhythm and out of that position. He's then going to reset, fingertip reach. He's going to drop the hands, take a quarter step back, and drop back in. Arms are straight, hips are forward, body is relaxed. Then he's going to step out of that again. He's going to do it a third time. So what we're doing, we're starting to encourage his brain to work better now. And he's going to set, take a step back, now drop in. Hips are forward. Good. Now Sean's going to bring his right leg up. His right leg is up. He has tension in the other leg. So this foot, he's on the front half of this foot as well. His toe is flexed. When I say 1, he's going to exchange this leg with this leg in a driving explosive motion. Ready? 1! 1! 1! 1! 2! Relax. So what starts to happen is when an athlete gets fatigued, their immediate instinct is to then pull their hips back. pull their hips back just like that. Let me ask you a question. Can I squat properly from this position? Can I really deadlift properly once I'm at good? Do I have to drive my hips through? It's the same concept here. You guys have to start thinking, body at 45 degrees. You can't do it on the wall. You can't use opposite arm, opposite leg, or you'll face plant into the wall. All right? But hips are forward and up, and the leg drive is actually a driving motion forward, not up. So when I get into this position, if you guys look here, take the step, drop the hip in, my leg is not sitting up like this. Where does my body go when I do that? Straight up and back. So I'm here, I have tension, boom, I'm going to drive this leg. I'm preloading my body already. I'm preloading this leg into acceleration. Everything that we're talking about relates right back to what you guys are going to do when you lift. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to practice against the wall. Everybody's going to practice this motion here. I want you to do 3. Don't do anything with your legs yet. You go fingertip, drop the hands, take a quarter step back, and drop in with your hips forward. Don't bend the elbows. Don't let your face hit the wall. That's really important. Everyone's
They all find ways.
That's right. We're all going to do 3 of those. Find a spot on the wall, and I want you and looking through the hands. Pull the toe up. When I say 1, we switch. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Relax. Shake it out. Get away from there. What did everybody feel? It's bizarre, isn't it? Yeah. It's bizarre. Here's what you have to think about. Your instinct, the human body's instinct is going to be to collapse. So if I collapse in a lift or I collapse in a sprint, I'm going to fall flat on my face or I'm going to injure my back. Position dictates your function. So if I really understand that position of power and I practice that motion, my body then will automatically be in the right spot when I squat or I deadlift, or I do a chin-up, or I do a pull-up, or I have to step. Anything I have to do, that's all about body awareness. The more power you generate. Here's the key to that. The hips being flexed, other than C's. The hips forward and up are the key. So whenever you see somebody sprint, they can be 40 yards into a sprint, their hips are still forward and up. It's like a bucket, forward and up. We are not real comfortable through ranges of motion through our hips. That's a great way for you guys to practice. What I want you to start to feel is that if you start to feel at any time, and I want you, this is a great warm-up for you guys. At any time that you feel this, and notice, what do I continuously do? Every time I do it, I reset, no matter what. And I've been doing this for a lot of years. It doesn't matter. Hips are in each time. The moment I get into this, where I start kind of stamping and walking, my body's going to go up, I stop, and reset. I'm a big believer in sets of 3. If you get the 3 sets down and then you have to reset, then you reset. Okay? Hips forward. So you have to get a real feel for this. Real feel for this. Hips are forward. Let's do it again. Against the wall. Let's get it done. I love it. Right leg up, hips are forward. Get yourself set. On the front half of your foot. Already engaged and ready to go. You should feel it in your calves, absolutely. Right leg is up. Make sure that that left foot has contact on the front half of the foot as well. Ready. 1. Power. 1. 1. 2. 1. 1. 1. 2. 3. Relax. Take a breather, shake it out a little bit, get yourself set. Drop the hip in. Make sure it's 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. He's looking at the clock, guys, don't worry. I'm going to go out to lunch now. Once you start. Ready, right leg up, toes up, ready, go! Up. And stop. Now, everybody come up. Here's what starts to happen. One of 2 things. Either you really push your hips back, or you very slowly get into a stamping motion. All it is what? If the body's at 45 degrees, you won't do that. So again, it's just practicing motion. The expectation that I have is that we're not going to come in here and you guys are that perfect sprint form coming out of this, you're learning little tiny things, and that the more you can implement this into your programming, the better. Because you're going to be that much more efficient in motion. How's everybody feeling? How much time? You know the butt kicker that everybody does in warm-ups? That's a worthless exercise. It's a recipe for tearing your hamstring. Because what happens is if I don't know how to recover my leg, most people when they sprint end up sprinting like this. And your hamstring is under tremendous pressure. Guys, speaking from experience, I had a grade 2 hamstring tear in college. So probably about a couple fibers away from having to have surgery to reattach my hamstring. My back of my leg was purple. It looked like someone took a baseball bat. And from here all the way down, it was like that. Like you ever see storm clouds that are so dark they're purple? That's what it looked like on my leg. And all because I didn't proper mechanics. Because I didn't understand how to recover my leg. So I'm going to give you a drill that's really going to be helpful for you guys. And it's a stationary drill that's so cool because it's against the wall. You don't have to worry about it running. You're just practicing this motion. All you guys are going to do is this. You're going to stand here like this, tall now, and when I say up, you are going to simply bring your leg up. And you notice my calf is folded to my hamstring, my heel is in alignment with my glutes. That's a butt kicker. That's a real butt kicker. And then back down. Up. And back down. What do you notice? What does my body not do? It doesn't go back, it doesn't fold. What a lot of people are going to do is do this. Okay, but I want you to stand tall. When I say up, bang, it's up. Notice my hips are where? Forward and up. They didn't collapse. They didn't go backwards like that. My leg strikes directly under my center of gravity or slightly in front of it, not behind it. I don't want to look like that. That hurts my hamstring just doing that. So here it's up, down, up, down, up, and down. Everybody gets a wall. Everybody gets a wall. Let's all face that way. Stand tall. Check where your foot is. You want it to be on the front half of your foot. Front half of the foot. Ready? Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Just the left leg. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Excellent. Let's add one more thing. Now, what kind of joint is your name? It's a hinge. So we're going to do this. Hop out for a second. Let me show you. This time, I'm going to say up and release. So it's going to be up, release, down. So notice, what did I not do? I didn't take my leg and stick it out in front of me, because that's what most people want to do. They want to go into extension. Where'd my body go? Backwards. What muscle is going to take the hit when I'm at full speed? My hamstring. And bang, that's when people tear their hamstrings. So it's going to be up, release, down. All I'm doing is, so I'm folded. I release to what degree? 90. Then drop the foot directly down under my center of gravity or slightly in front. Release, down, up, release, down, up, release, down, and down. All right, now we're going to go up, release, and down. So remember, the knee is what kind of a joint? Hinge, you know, it goes to what degree? 90, and the leg cannot drop when you unhinge. So it can't look like that. It's up, release, down, because I'm applying force. All right, ready? Up, release, down. 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 Relax. So you see how the instinct is to reach.